gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another live stream at Twin Pine Studios. Again, my name is Dylan. We're gonna have some fun tonight. We're gonna do some cool stuff. We're gonna take the beep boops I made for this video game that I'm working on, and we're gonna make those beep boops sound even cooler, even nicer, cleaner sounding in general. Or I'm just polishing a turd. I have no idea. Let's find out. Oh my god, why is there so much damn reverb on this guy? That's better. All right, let me set this guy up, and y'all will be rocking. Oh, wrong button. I gotta get like a fancy thing to help with these transitions when I gotta run to the restroom and things like that. We're still learning. We're still learning. Alrighty. Alright, here's what the track sounds like. I'll be right back, everyone. How dare I leave, but no problem at all. Well, how aggressively kind of you. But yeah, as you can see, this is kind of an interesting track. I have not really done salsa music before. This is kind of a new venture for me. Though I did have an opportunity to work with a Grammy-winning salsa producer one time. That's a story for another day, though. He actually reproduced my track, or produced it. I don't know what the right term would be. Kind of reimagined it in a Cuban salsa style, which was very, very cool opportunity. Yeah, so trying to check this out. Very different track, very different from the last thing we worked on. I kind of want to just start with like a lot of this new percussion that I got. So the best thing to do when you're trying to do a vastly different style, especially with like percussion, is to not pretend you are a competent musician in that style. For example, if you're trying to play African music, trying to play salsa music, you're trying to get some classical Indian tabla. If you do it yourself, you're just not going to get an authentic sound. Just case in point, it's not going to happen. You'll get something adjacent and close to it. Don't get me wrong. You'll get some cool stuff. Don't get me wrong. But if you're really trying to lean into that flavor, why wouldn't you just use a session musician? Well, the problem is you're probably too poor for a session musician. Just like me. I'm not hiring someone for this little game jam that I'm not getting paid for. As much as I'd like to. If I had infinite money, why not? So I have different loops that I've used to kind of help fill in the gaps of that salsa vibe. So I was lazy. I just used Logic Pro loops that are just built into the DAW. Though you could go to places like Loop Masters or Splice and things like that. I just found something that worked right away in the Logic Pro stuff. Because there's just great freaking loops in there, dude. So let's check out this world drums thing. It's awesome. It gets the job. It's not quite salsa, but it's in there. Pan slightly to the left. I'll probably pan a little more to the left. I took out a lot of this middle. Bring that guy out a little more. Trying to bring out these different things. Because it's a loop of like 5 percussionists, so you're trying to make it blend. This is without the EQ. A lot going on there. This is with the EQ just to kind of help it blend in the mix. And I'm actually going to just... Oh, that helps a lot. All right, now here's going to be the hard part. Getting the drum kit to play nice. I kind of like it having more of a pop, personally. Now, what do you mean? Do you mean like a pop in the drums or like the genre? I'm not exactly sure what you mean. And you talking about the drum kit or the world percussion loop we were talking about, Tony? Oh, yeah, I was trying to focus on the middle stuff that I didn't like. Now I'm trying to get more of that pop in the 2/4K. That's what I'm searching for right now. I have some other tricks up my sleeve. I find when... Fuck. I have some tricks up my sleeve to kind of help this drum loop pop. I mean, usually when you think about mixing drums, you have like 5, 6, 7 audio tracks to work with. I just have one, so I'm kind of manipulating this to work with the other stuff properly. That seems to be what I like. All right, let's try something interesting here. I don't want to just use a compressor on this whole thing. That's not going to work. But I have this little trick I love using for percussion in general. Usually for percussion ensembles. I haven't used it on a drum kit yet. Let's try the hi-fi drums. So this is without. And here's with. Here we go. Instant vibe. Look at that. Without. It just boosts the kick and the high and takes away that like mid-range in the 300 that I'm usually not a big fan of. Yeah, right. There's just some awesome Logic Pro sort of presets in here. It's awesome. I love it. Back that off. Actually, what I'll probably do is take this off. All right, I'm getting creative. So because this is, I can't just like put something on the bass drum for a filter effect or for some sort of FX effect or something like that. It's a little late and I'm very high on caffeine, so forgive me for not having great vocabulary. But I have to do some interesting tricks to get things to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a bus on because I want to give the kick a little bit more girth. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take off everything above 250 pretty much. I'm going to put a little bit of distortion on there. I have this distortion from Audio Assault called Head Crusher. If you don't have Head Crusher and you're an audio engineer or into this sort of stuff, you have to get it. Because it's only like $10 or $15, and it's one of the most unique distortions I've used. I love it. It's one of my favorite things. I'm probably not going to showcase its full thing in this context just because of what I got going on here, but this thing can get it down. So we're going to take down everything here. And to be safe, I'm going to do the high cut same here. I'm probably going to do it like that much. All right. So much beefy low end already. Boom, boom, boom. So just for frame of reference, everyone, this is before the EQ, multipressor, and distortion on the kick. You can hear it almost sounds like it's in a freaking coffee can. Don't like that. And then this is with the effects we just threw on it. I'll probably back off that head crusher a bit. Maybe back off the multipressor a hair too. I'm down with that. With the world drums. I just need a little more pop out of the snare. What, you mean 5 a.m. is too late for you, Corey? Just stay all night and you've started the day at such an early, lovely time. No, I'm just kidding. You have fun, Corey. You have a good day, man. Or sleep, because it's bedtime for you. So, have fun. Oh, no. I'm sorry, the coffee machine's not working. Have fun, Corey. Just a little bit more snare pop. Oop, wrong one. Good night, Corey. A little bit of the exciter might be very helpful here. Not too much. And also, I'm going to use additive EQ with the Merry Mannequin because it gives it just a nice little analog flavor. Where do I have that at? That's at 8.6. Yeah, okay, let's go. Actually, that gives me a little bit more of the snare. And then we'll use the Manny Marroquin to dial in. Or I'm sorry, we'll use the exciter. Just give a little bit in that 8K range. Just a little bit there, Lassie. A little bit in the 8K. And the problem is the exciter will just soak up everything, so I'm going to have to put this on a bus too and filter it because all I want is to add a little bit. I don't want it to adjust the whole EQ. This is really, really hard to do with just a drum kit one wave file loop as opposed to having the whole thing to be able to manipulate. So let's make another bus because we're straight bussin'. Couldn't help it. My Gen Z students that I teach music lessons for, they rub off on me too much, man. All right, let's do. Let's do about right there. Right about there should be good. And we'll even cut this there off. Oh yeah. And then let's add a little bit of that exciter here. I don't know why I had a country accent, but deal with it, I guess. This sounds really strange, but this is what we're doing. Yeah, it is kind of fun to do that. Could you elaborate more, Tony? I'm not exactly sure what you mean. Why not? Oh, you're talking about my country accent. It's just fun to do sometimes. I have a lot of silly voices and stuff like that. And actually, I've been trying to think of other ways that can help game developers. I really, really want to try like voice acting and things like that. I just have a bunch of just goofy voices and things I like to do. I have a musical theater background, a performance background in general. And I'm too extroverted to not do goofy crap like that. So definitely a goal one day to do for like an indie game or an animation, just to be doing some voice acting. I think that would be fun. I think that'd be a fun time. All right, let's see how our drums are sounding here. Uh-oh, did we lose connection? That wouldn't be fun. Oh, I think we're back. If you could let me know in the chat if we're still rocking, that would be great. Yeah, voice acting's cool. All right, let's get this bass popping. Yeah, this is a fun bass line. Bum 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 bum. You know, sometimes you have to think about a bass line, what you want. This was one of those. It was just like right away, I kind of just knew what I wanted. Also, this is just a stock Logic upright bass. I tried finding one online. The only ones I tried to find a free one online. Couldn't find a free one online, and I'm like, dude, this one honestly just sounds great. Or at least I'm pretty happy with it. All right, let's get this guy to play nice. Absolutely. I think that's part of the reason I love Logic so much. There's just so much stock instrumentation and stuff built into the program. It's hard to not like it. Sorry about that, chat. All right. Let's see, Tony. Yeah, I would totally agree. Does Cubase have like a lot of stock instruments and things like that? It's been a long. Cubase was actually the first one that I learned, and then for whatever reason, I just fell away from it. It's technically the second one I learned. First one I learned when I was getting into film composing, I should say. I got mad that I had to like buy extra versions of it, and the engineer I was hiring to train me was using Logic, and I was like, dude, this just makes more sense, and it's just way more visually appealing too. And since I was learning on there, I naturally was just like, screw it, I'm just gonna get Logic, because he worked at a teaching studio where they were just selling a Mac. He's like, hey, you want to buy a Mac that already has Logic and everything installed on it for $400? I was like, yeah. I'm spending like 120 on each of these recording sessions to get my music done. I'd love to learn myself, so. Or do some parallel compression. Are they comparable to, like, how good are they? Like, is there something you wouldn't mind using in a track, or are they kind of just like placeholders for Cubase? Expand in Pro Tools. Hello, Jake. Welcome back. Or welcome still. You've just been a quiet lad. Goliath. How is I haven't used Goliath a lot, but I think it's in the East-West Composer Cloud. What is Goliath? I forgot. I've seen it in there. I've just never used it. Yeah, especially when I bought Damage 2, I've never gone back to East-West Percussion, at least as my main workhorse, only for various random stuff. Like, actually, ironic enough, I have East-West Percussion on here, but I'm using bongos. Like, of all the things to use from there, freaking bongos, man. All right, let's check this percussion with the bass. Very astute there, Jake. Yeah, we've got most of the mix done for the first track, and now we're working on a new one. Fun fact about this one, this was like, what's the word I'm looking for? The game developer wanted a boss music that you could dance to, which is quite interesting. So I'll give you a quick analysis of what we got going on here. So it's like salsa music, but it's supposed to be like for a battle scene and everything, and blending with the rest of the stuff. Right now we're trying to get the drums and the bass to play nice. Here we go. So there's a little taste of what we got going on. I can't wait to dive into the, what's it called? The vibraphone solo. That's going to be a fun time. Actually, this is kind of like Psychonauts-ish. Hey, I need reference tracks. If you got something that this sounds like, let me know, because I need to be able to reference it to something. All right, let's check this with the drums again. Thanks, Tony. You the man. You know what? I'm liking the bass and the drums so far. We're going to move right along. Bro, honestly, I was getting a little bit of Mario vibes from it. If you could find a reference track from Mario Sunshine that this sounds like, let me know. Because I need reference tracks to kind of mix to kind of help hone in the sound. For those who don't know, reference mixing is when you have a track that you think the mix sounds great, something that's not your own, and you kind of compare that to the track that you're mixing. You find things that you like or don't like about the reference track, and you use that to amplify and accentuate your mix and to help your own perspective. So I was like, there's this one part, actually, I will show you really quick that really reminded me of some Mario stuff. Let me get you to it, like over here. Now, I'm talking specifically the piano right here. I'm just doing like a dun 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 dun. What do we got in here? Where's my piano? Yeah, this little guy. Like, just like. Beautiful. Okay. Honestly, the drums were the biggest issue I was having with this track, and we kind of already mixed the orchestra, so the orchestra is going to sound pretty bomb. Let's just see what jumps out over here. Take out a little bit of low end. Oh, thank you, Jake. Appreciate you. Actually, is this a higher velocity? It is not. Let's bring it up a little bit. All right, let's check the brass right here and the orchestra. Strings and brass. I don't think there's woodwinds, really. Oh, just the flute. Yeah, that's not really a big deal. This is one thing I love about the BBCSO French horn. Look at this majestic creature just in the woodland singing its sorrows. Here we go. Ooh! What a babe. Oh my gosh, I love how that sounds. Especially that little slide up. I mean, yeah, big, beautiful, mellow sound. I love that. And then we have him doing that down there. Let's check the French horn right here. Because this track, a lot of the work is already kind of done on it. Hey, thank you, Tony. I will check that out momentarily. Actually, let's just do it freehand. I kind of want to back off the modulation a little bit so it's not so harsh. That's a little nicer. Bring up the volume to compensate. Okay. I'm having a little more issue with that than anything, so let's take out this guy. There we go. Let's check the tenor trombone. I try to keep the orchestration simple on this track. Sound pretty great to me. All right. Checking this guy real quick. Yep. Just back off the low end a little. Oh, nope, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Peter McConnell of VGM Goat. What's a VGM? I would love to know. Let's see here. Oh, video game music. Duh. All right, I'll have to check that out for sure. That has a very, I don't want to say boxy, but I like how it sounds. I'm not like necessarily opposed to that. Gets the job done. All right, let's check from the vibraphone solo. Oh, I thank you. We're going to listen to the B section in context. And for all you music theory nerds, I was highlighting arpeggios. Oh, yeah. You got to have the major flat 3. Gots to have it. I haven't had the opportunity to put a vibraphone solo in a video game yet until this game, and that made me a very, very happy camper. If I could just remember where I put it. Oh, here she is. Yeah, we'll pull up the MIDI for this guy just for funsies. It's kind of fun to watch the MIDI. Here we go. Yeah, so the chord progression, just to kind of briefly go through it, if I can get my piano. Yeah, this template turned into a disaster. Okay, so the chord progression in the B section is, well, in the primary section, it's just literally just D minor to A major. So I'm thinking of this song in D minor. So we go from just 1 to 5. And then the chord progression, I guess, kind of flips into F major because we do 2, 5, 1, and F. We go G minor, C major, and then we have A major. Yeah, so it's a. Oh wow, I can't think today. So we have D minor. Okay, back to brain. Okay, so it's G minor, C major, to A7, and then I do this big walk down, which is just D minor, C major, B flat, A minor, and then back to G minor. Same thing again. So it's the same thing twice. And then the third and fourth time, I switch the ending. So I do G minor to C major to F. I let them get the resolution, but then I give them a little bit of F sharp diminished to G minor to C major to D minor. And I do this big walk up. Yeah, so I don't even have chords written for that. I just have a major third melody walking down, starting from F all the way down to A. It's just dun 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 da 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 da. So you have F major, A major. So yeah, I guess I am kind of tricking the brain a little bit there. Where in one aspect, the key is primarily just in D minor, and then I flip to just the relative major. So pretty simple. It's just to kind of brighten up that phrase and keep it a little bit fun. And that way, when you have the A major come again, it feels a little more royal and ooh, for lack of better terms. So let's dress up this salsa piano a little bit. And then, honestly, this track, for a rough mix, already freaking there. The third track is probably going to blow your guys' mind the most because it's the weirdest. It's the outlier. It's a strict orchestral piece like Alan Silvestri and things like that. So, yeah, exactly. The little minor thing in the beginning. I mean, you have so much D minor of this going on when you go to the G minor. Yeah, when you have that going on, it just kind of brings in an element of brightness without it feeling like you went to major. Because I don't put in the F chord for a while. Because when we finally get to that progression, we're going da 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 da. Now we're doing a 2-5-1, but I don't give you the resolution. I just keep staying going to D minor. And when I do give you the resolution, I give you F, but then we're going to do this. Nope. And then, now that we finally gotten it, we get a little bit of this, it makes it feel like a deceptive cadence for those music theory nerds out in the room. So it's like we're in F, you finally get the F, and then right away you get the D minor, and it's like, oh man, you deceived me. And then we walk it up to F, but it's this big dramatic thing. So, anyways, a little chord breakdown for you guys. All right. Now, honestly, this is not the greatest piano sample in the world, but it's got character, we'll say. Okay. Like, it's probably the worst piano sample I've ever used, but it's got character. I just ate 23 pieces of candy. Why? Because this track is so damn sweet, it just makes you want to have more. But if you get a sweet tooth, it's not my fault. Or if you get a cavity, it's not my fault. All right, let's you know what? I've mainly been using multipressors for percussion. I feel like using it for piano. I want to see if it would work. I want to see if they have anything in here that I would like. Let's see. We got High Tide. I don't know if that's what I want. Final Rock Compressor. Feels like it did nothing. Final Pop Compressor. I just put hi-fi drums again, and it's just instant gold. For any of you Logic Pro users out there, hi-fi drum setting on the multipressor, it's the game changer, dude. It's the game changer. We need a proper room verb because the one they put on this Afro-Cuban thing is just not hitting it. Villa bathroom. Terrible. The ones they put on here are just god-awful. Let's look up, at least for this piano. Let's see. We want a jazz vocal room. Let's try that. I do like it. I want to test it and see how it sounds with other things. So we're going to copy that and move along. Let's try Grand Hall 3. I'm using the wrong freaking reverb. Hold on. All right, let's test it again. Let's try Dark Chambers. Terrible. Let's try Grand Hall 1. Hate it. It sucks. I'm trying to think of just like another effect to put on this just to kind of help it get pushed over the edge. Just to keep it a little bit cleaner. You ever just take a piece of fish and stuff it in a shoe, wear the shoe for a month? No, I'm not even going to finish reading that, Jake. As nice of a comment as that is, I can't say that I've done it. I'm more of like a fish in jacket kind of guy, you know? Like shoes? No, they go in your jacket for snacks later. I mean, the piano isn't wowing me, but it's not pissing me off either, if you catch my drift. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Putting bologna in his shoe. There's like one frequency in here I'm not liking. I feel like I should put the downbeat on all of these in the lower octave. That helps. Piano players are balking at me. Just drawing in your MIDI notes for your piano, you son of a gun. Just going to do the same thing here. Oh, that's wrong. Doop boop doop 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 doop. Boop. All right, this is the not so exciting part because Dylan was lazy and didn't finish this piano part before. Oh, no, that's not playable. You got to stay in the realm of possibilities, not imagine fairy tales. Woo! Not sure why you wanted me to say womb, but I did it for you, just for you. All right, let's edit this vibraphone, and I think this track is good. We're ready to already move on to the next one. I freaking love this thing. I'm not crazy about the vibraphone VST itself, but I love the part that's written. And then I have it just going. And just so you know why I have a separate vibraphone track over here, I want it to be like the soloist, and then it's pushed back into the mix being in the ensemble over here. That's kind of the idea, at least. Dun, dun, dun. And then he just pushed over. And you notice he's pushed to the left because the piano's on the right. That way it'll kind of blend it out a little bit. All right, let's check this again. Yeah, a little more of that tremolo really helps the convincing nature. Oh, that really helps. Dun, 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 dun. And can I help the sustain a little? Yeah, right? Jeez. And that makes it sound right there at the envelope change right there. it makes it sound like they put a little bit of the mute on the vibraphone, which they wanted. It sounds like they had the sustain on the whole time. You just gotta dial it back a little bit. Oh my god. Originally, I was going to have, like, orchestra kind of dub the line a little bit, and I almost wanted to have the strings go, this is good, but I don't think that would happen if this was, like a band performing this, so. And there's not enough time for the game jam to try to orchestrate that stuff. Otherwise, I totally would. Yeah, I still definitely want to play some Pal World around midnight. That's my cousin, Tony, by the way. I'm totally down to play a little Pal World. I just gotta wake up a little more. My brain's just like, well, what do you guys think? Are you guys still vibing? Because I still have one more track to do, and it's probably the one I'm most excited about. And this one's basically done. So, I mean, if you guys are still vibing for like another half hour or 45 minutes or so, I still got one more track to knock out a rough mix for. So, if y'all are vibing with me a little bit longer, I'll stay streaming. If not, I won't take it personally. Let's see what else this track needs while you guys are deciding your evening plans. Oh yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm gonna mute my mic just so I can hear it on my main speakers. Sound pretty good on my end. Crap, it didn't loop all the way. Let's hear it from right here. Now then it would go back to the beginning. Right now, I'm at 3.9 on the stereo out, and luckily, because this is an alt mix, or a different project file, I'm just going to move my booty over to... Yeah, I think I'm just going to bring everything down. Debating. Nope, I'm going to wait until next time when I do the reference mixing, I think that's what I want to do. Yeah. Hey, Shira Beats. Yeah, I'm working on some game music right now. We were just doing a final listen through of one of the tracks that we were doing. We appreciate you hanging out with us. It's a salsa dance thing that we had for a boss battle in the video game. We're about to work on the third track. And Tony, I definitely agree with you. My last track, I had a good enough amount of headroom. This one did not really have a lot of headroom. Shira Beats, if there's anything you want me to just to kind of show you real quick. I mean, I have this really freaking crazy vibraphone solo going on right here. You want to hear the little fill. got like Mario Sunshine vibes. Well, you got to hear the whole context. So, like, for example, so this is where it starts, and the game developer, liked the track. It's a pretty, like, nice, like, it's a very cute game. So, like, we're not talking, like, you know, like battling demons in like Diablo or something. Like, it's a cute little 3D animation game, little side scroller. So you don't want to track with balls for sure. So he wanted something like you're almost like you're dancing with the boss. So that's why the second half is a little bit brighter, but you can see in the beginning it's got like this kind of darker salsa vibe going on here. So yeah, so Shira Beats, do you make music as well? I see you're naming chords and you got beats in your name. Those are obvious musician things. Oh, you produce as well. That's awesome, man. What kind of stuff do you produce and make? 20 years of piano. That's awesome. Very cool. I've only been alive for 25 years, so you've been playing since I started, going to kindergarten, which is pretty impressive. Oh, okay. Okay. So you started playing when you were 10. That's awesome. Started at 6. Okay. Yeah, I started playing. Guitar was like my main instrument, unless you count like singing for like choir and things like that. I started playing when I was like the 8th grade, like 12 or 13. Guitar is definitely like my primary main instrument for sure. Oh, wait. You said 30 years of piano. My bad, Tony. Oh, wait. 20 years of piano, then he has 30 years of piano. That's awesome. Oh, he's dropping links. Okay. Let me just take a quick little peek-a-doodles. Stream so hot. Bro, this bass is crazy. I don't know if you guys can hear this or not. I like it. I like it. Deep, crazy. Oh, awesome. Cool. I'm glad you guys could hear it. Oh, congratulations on the almost release. I'm very excited for you. This ain't your mom's boots and cat. That's freaking hilarious, man. Well, that's awesome. I mean, yeah, we're trying to get like-minded musicians and people who are interested in producing, and I specifically produce for like film composing and game composition, stuff like that. We got a Discord if you want to join us, where me and Tony and some of the other people here hang out. You can grab the Discord link in the below section of Twitch, whatever it's called. I totally agree, Shira. So when you do drop, let me know. I would love to check it out and more in general. And then after the stream, like tomorrow, when I have a little more consciousness and blood in my brain, I'll check out your music a little bit more in depth, man. All right, let me just double check this track. I got headroom now. That's nice. Yeah, so I think this is going to work for me. We're going to move on to the last piece of the night. This one, if you guys are familiar with like Alan Silvestri, was like the big inspiration of this last piece. I'm just going to bounce out this track so I can reference mix tomorrow. This is the boss theme. So we're just going to bounce this track, and then we're going to move on to this awesome piece. Now, the thing that's interesting, if you're just now joining us, this last piece was like this sort of salsa boss battle music for this cute 3D animation. The first one was like if Thomas Newman was a hip-hop producer. And then this middle one is like, all right, we're just going to be like making straight orchestral music for no reason. Love it. So It's a fun time. I'm having fun here. I hope you guys are having fun. We'll probably be rocking for like another hour or so if you're still with me. So, yeah, I've been getting hardcore into Silvestri lately. I have like a film composing mentor that I meet with every week, and he was listening to my music, and we were talking about trying to get better at just like strict orchestral writing. And it was Silvestri. Oh, I think I wrote the names down of the composers that I'm kind of studying right now. I'm doing like one by one. But it was like Alan Silvestri. The other few that I'm going to be looking more in depth are going to be Harry Gregson Williams, James Newton Howard, of course, and then some old school guys, or older school film guys, like Bernard Herrmann, Alexandre Desplat. And I recently did the BBCSO, or not the BBCSO, forgive me, the BIFSC scoring competition stuff. Yeah, Desplat. Yeah, that dude for sure. I recently did the BIFSC scoring competition, and I did not place, unfortunately. But the guy who got second place made me feel proud to lose to him because he did such a freaking great job. Maybe I'll do a live react to his stuff. I don't know if you would want me to do that or not, but it's freaking awesome. I was really impressed. It inspired me to get better at orchestral writing. So I'm trying to challenge myself after this project to focus on more just strictly orchestral stuff. So, which is how this second track happened. I was like, I want to make a strict orchestral piece. And it was awesome. I'm pretty happy with it. So what we're going to do here is we're going to make a project alternative. We should be good to just do that from here. No, we need to go into the main theme. I kind of have a weird way that I'm doing this right now. I have the primary project file where everything's happening, and then I'm making the mixes for each one in different project files as project alternatives with each track. So, kind of a weird way to go about doing it, but let's get the job done.